Pollution is one of the biggest problems on the planet and the most dangerous. As it destroys the earth and its original nature, it ends up destroying ourselves. Pollution is the introduction of contaminants into the natural environment that causes adverse changes. It can take the form of chemical substances or energy.
Pollutants and components of pollution can be either foreign energies or naturally occurring contaminants. Pollution is often classed as point source or non-point source pollution. A pollutant is a waste material that pollutes air, water, or soil. Three factors determine the severity of a pollutant: its chemical nature, the concentration, and its persistence.
Water pollution by the discharge of wastewater from commercial and industrial waste into surface waters, discharges of unthreatened domestic sewage, and chemical contaminants such as chlorine from treated sewage. Release of waste and contaminants into surface runoff flowing to surface waters. Waste disposal and leaching into groundwater, eutrophication, and littering.
Some water pollution occurs through natural processes, but most water pollution is caused by human activities. Water from communities such as wastewater can pollute the ocean as well. We can also see pollution in oil spills, dirt, toxic waste, and basic trash and litter.
Aside from just eating the garbage, marine debris puts animals at risk through entanglement from old fishing lines and abandoned nets. Animals are in danger from being caught on things like six-pack rings, which can cut off circulation or airways as the animal grows. It is hard to estimate exactly how many animals are affected by plastic in the oceans each year.
You may know as Garbage Island is also known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, located in the North Pacific Ocean. It's characterized by high relative concentrations of plastics, chemical sludge, and other debris that have been trapped by currents. It is twice the size of Texas and is continually growing.
People have been documenting birds all the way out in the Pacific Ocean, near what's known as the Pacific Garbage Patch, or essentially a swirling heap of plastic the size of Texas. What these people have found on those islands were carcasses of baby birds that have died an unnerving death. According to the BBC, about 1/3 of all chicks die on midway.
Oil waste that enters the ocean comes from many sources, some being accidental spills or leaks, and some being the results of chronic and careless habits in the use of oil and oil products. Most waste oil in the ocean consists of oily stormwater drainage from cities and farms, untreated waste disposal from factories and industrial facilities, and unregulated recreational boating.
Pollution is also a big issue in coral reefs around the world. Excess nutrients results in poor water quality, leading to decreased oxygen and increased nutrients in the water. It can lead to enhanced algae growth on the reefs, cording out corals, and significantly degrading the ecosystem.
Unclean water affects every part of a person, from children not being able to attend school to parents not being able to maintain a steady job to high medical costs due to disease. Water is a sustaining factor in life, and without it, families in developing countries never have the opportunity to enhance the status of life.
Toxic pollutants in the ocean have considerable impacts on plants and animals. Heavy metal poisoning from elements such as lead and mercury, caused by industry, builds up in the tissues of top predators such as whales and sharks, causing birth defects and nervous system damage. Dioxins from pulp and paper mills and polyautomatic hydrocarbons from oil pollution and burning wood and coal cause genetic problems in marine animals.
When an ecosystem gets polluted, the natural balance of the system is disturbed, and this affects the organisms in different ways. It is important to know how a simple act like introducing sewage water or toxic waste into an ocean can threaten several life species and plants in the area. Pollutants like oil, detergents, nitrogen, and lead can have a tremendous impact on the ecosystem, especially if the water gets polluted. In a lake, for example, it can cause destruction on the ecological balance by stimulating plant growth and causing the death of fish due to suffocation resulting from lack of oxygen. The oxygen cycle will stop, and the polluted water will also affect the animals dependent on the lake water.
Pollution of our planet's oceans is a serious matter. Floating garbage is a common sight whether you are on the beach or adrift in the midst of the sea, but much of the pollution is actually in the form of small confetti-sized particles. These small-sized particles are being consumed by fish and eventually traveling up the food chain, causing potential serious consequences for the health of wildlife and humans alike.
In the wild, orcas swim upward of 100 miles per day, but at SeaWorld and other marine parks around the world, orcas are forced to swim in tiny circles to amuse tourists and spend the majority of their lives virtually motionless in concrete tanks that are the human equivalent of a bathtub. The important bonds are broken when babies are taken from their mothers and sold or transferred to other parks, and captive orcas live only a fraction of their average lifespan.
You can help decrease ocean pollution by using fewer plastic products that end up in the ocean as debris. You can also be responsible when on the ocean waters. That includes being aware of anything you throw overboard and any marine life in the waters around you.
There are many ways to volunteer to help clean up our beaches and oceans. Just picking up trash when you see it can save an animal's life. There are countless organizations anyone can join to help fix this matter. One of these groups is the Ocean Conservancy. Over the last 25 years, Ocean Conservancy has been bringing together passionate ocean lovers and helping them contribute to a vision of trash-free seas.
If you want to help keep our waters clean, there are many things you can do, including being careful about what you throw down your sink or toilet, taking care not to use pesticide or fertilizers, and using environmentally friendly household products.
Ocean pollution has been created by humankind, and we are the only ones that can put a stop to it. We need to take responsibility for our actions, get involved, and help spread the word about how others can help as well. We can be the change that we want to see in the world, and one person can make a difference.